Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden gems of pop culture.
Sheryl Crow had always lived in the space between confidence and vulnerability, but one unexpected public appearance reminded the world that icons are never just one thing. It wasn't about shock, it was about how a familiar figure could still surprise us, even after decades in the spotlight. Long before the headlines and the debates, Sheryl Crow's story began far from glamour. Raised in Missouri in the 1960s and 70s, she grew up surrounded by small-town values, church choirs, and the sound of a piano played after long days. Music wasn't a dream back then, it was a refuge. She studied, taught, worked quietly, and sang backup for other stars, while the world barely noticed her name. Those early years were about patience, about earning every note, about learning who she was before the fame ever found her. When success finally arrived in the early 1990s, it came fast and loud. All I Wanna Do didn't just top charts, it defined an era. Radio stations played it endlessly. Road trips, summer nights, open windows, and fading youth all seemed to live inside her voice. Sheryl wasn't packaged like a pop star. She felt real, relatable. A woman with a guitar, a raspy warmth, and stories that sounded like they belonged to everyone. Albums followed, awards followed, and soon she wasn't just an artist, she was a presence. As the years passed, Sheryl Crow became something rarer, a star who aged in public without pretending time didn't exist. She survived industry pressure, personal battles, and health scares that quietly reshaped her priorities. She stepped away when she needed to, returned when she was ready. For fans who grew up in the 90s, watching her evolve felt like watching an old friend navigate life's turns right alongside them. Then came the moment that stirred conversation, a beach, a camera lens, a choice that some called bold and others called unexpected. The images spread quickly, not because they crossed lines, but because they challenged assumptions. Sheryl Crow was no longer being viewed only through the lens of nostalgia. The public reaction said more about the audience than it did about her. For some, it sparked admiration. For others, debate. But for many, it was a reminder that confidence doesn't expire with age. What made that moment resonate wasn't appearance, it was ownership. A woman long defined by her voice and songwriting was once again reminding the world that identity belongs to the person living it, not the headlines describing it. In an industry that often freezes women in time, Sheryl Crow continued to move forward, on her own terms, with the same quiet strength that carried her from backup singer to cultural icon. Today, her legacy isn't built on any single image or moment. It lives in melodies that still play on classic rock stations, in lyrics that still feel honest decades later, in the courage to be seen as she is, not as others expect her to be. Sheryl Crow remains a symbol of authenticity in a business that rarely rewards it. If you enjoyed this journey through Hollywood memory, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more timeless stories of the stars who shaped an era.